Okay, yes, y'all, I'm 11 minutes late. Breakfast was later this morning. I like this new tuner. It's got a test pattern with it. It's 83 degrees today. The weather just popped up in my face. Now, I'm not technically haven't had my shower yet. I'm gonna take it afterwards, but I am freshed up, so I'm a little fresher than I am gonna completely take my shower later. Before I went to bed, I cleaned up some, so I got a washed face, and let's see if we can get the camera working. Then we'll turn the tuner on. Like I said, I'm 11 minutes late for this shizzo. This shizzo. Breakfast was a little later today. Let's see if we got the camera working. Make sure my hair looks okay. See if we got camera. We got camera. We got camera. Like I said, I reset everything. Got a fresh console here. The only thing I got for starting soon right now is a splash and picture graphic. I want to add some newer ones. These are kind of older photos. These are all from the winter. I don't want to have those on the computer. I took some. I took some just the other day from the gym, but no, I don't have them on the computer. So we got a wash face. I'm not completely dirty for this Monday edition. Let's see if this. See if we got sound. I like the test pattern on that thing. It lets you know that it is plugged in. You know, a lot of times I come on, I didn't know whether it was on or not. We even got sound. I don't even have to fight with the sound today. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus on that one. My other's still working. I'm not sure how long it's got. So I'm probably going to get it back out and let it play kaput and start using this one later. But at least I do got a tuner that I can get on. And it is GTA today. It is GTA. Let's see if we can push this camera back. I probably got it too close to. I would sort of pull it in some so I'm not a big behemoth monster in the screen. I've been doing this show now since April. I only missed a couple of Mondays, and two of them couldn't be helped. They were doctor's visits. One of them I slept. So I've done pretty well. I've held up better than I thought I would. Doing this little bit of Monday shows. Hope you have a good week, by the way. A good Monday. If you like my content, follow me wherever you're seeing it at. I'm gonna try to post this if I keep it decent. And I am gonna try. I'm gonna try to start putting it on YouTube as well, because I'm starting to get a little bit of views there for once in my life. I didn't have it for years. It's like I was shadow banned. Today we are on Twitch, and I am streaming courtesy. I don't know where it's not set up. Right now we're on Rumble as well. I don't have it set up that way, but today it is. I would usually upload it after it was over anyway. But today we're actually streaming on Rumble and Twitch. But the main thing is Twitch. Twitch is where the show was set up, and that's where it's at. If we ever move it, I've never had any. A lot of people's had problems with Twitch. I've never had any problems with it. Never strikes or anything. Even when it was copyright stuff, they'd mute it, and I'd usually just take it down. Twitch has been kind to me, so I'm not going to complain about Twitch, even though I've seen them not be so kind to some people. They've been kind to me. So I'm not going to complain too much. I'm not complaining about you, Twitch. You've been kind to me. I can be indecent sometimes. I need to clean up. Not only from public perspective, but a Christian. Because it ain't a lot of the things I'll say ain't Christian like. But I just allowed myself to get mean. We live in a mean world. Yeah, if you can't be mean in this mean world. You can't live. You can't exist. You'll be crucified. You'll be crucified. You'll be hung on a cross if you can't stand up for yourself. But now I need to find the kinder, gentler way. Walk with a stick, but be kind as a dove. But be like a snake too. You got to be like a snake, but you will be kind as a dove. I learned to not only be like the snake, but be mean as the snake. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not Christ-like. It's not what Christ commands us to do. I did it to survive in this world, though. I learned from a kid what a nasty world it was. I also had some instances around me that taught me what a nasty world it is. Like my uncle that I was talking about the other day, going out with his 4 or 5 friends and turning over a bee in his head. I didn't know if I could say it. But I'll let you figure out what the bee was.
My friend, there is someone who wants to meet you and,
Oh, I got that slick motorcycle again today. He went out with his friends and he came home dead. He was dead in the hospital a few hours later. I had other people in their life stuff happen to too. So I grew up cautious. And then I saw everybody that called themselves friends of mine wasn't friends. So I just learned that you don't have no real friends in this world. And if you do, you got a rare thing. Keep it. If you got a good friendship, you better keep it. Because it's rare. They don't come. Because people ain't friendly. This ain't a friendly world. And I know I'm saying something most people don't want to hear. I didn't want to hear when my daddy was telling me that. My daddy was right. Indeed, that's probably a lot he didn't tell me that I still don't know about. Because I still want to be good too at times. And I still want to see the good in people, but I don't see it. A lot of times, and every time I give people the benefit of the doubt, that's when the knife comes up. That's when the knife reveals itself. I know I'm saying a lot of things that people don't want to hear. But you need to hear it. Because I didn't want to hear it as a kid when I was a young boy. My daddy'd tell me. He said, you got to watch them grinning ones, son. They're the ones you really got to watch out. He says, it's not those mean ones you got to really worry about. He says, those grinning ones. Those ones that's nice and kind. Humble and kind. Those are the ones you got to watch. The ones that claim to be kind. They're the ones that will take you out and blah, blah, blah. I can't say it on the stream. Keep it stream friendly. Well, let's just say you take a pocket knife or you would take a knife and you remember the Muslim videos they used to make where they would make that and then they would have people kidnapped and they'd lay them down. That's what he'd pretty much say they do to you. They take a knife to you and with your head. That's what my daddy used to say. And boy, was he right. He was right about this nasty world. I know I'm saying some things that people ain't going to like and want to hear. But it's true. That's the world you live in. I was going to make some money. I got to make some money. I don't want to gamble yet. We could go, well, we'll have to wait till that hours when it can spin. And I don't remember how long it is so I can spin. But we need to make some money first. Because, I spent out our garage, buying that garage because I wanted room for more cars. So let me go earn her some money first. I'm going to grind some money before I start my gambling again. I did a little bit of that this morning. Next, sorry, getting still. This is a cheap tuna. But I think I like some things. But I like that. Definitely like the test pattern. It lets you know that it's working. All of them needs to take. Of course, that was years ago when I bought that other one. I think it's finally going kaput on. Which was kind of a miracle because some of those easy caps, you remember the easy caps? Them cheap things you plug the RCA cables to? They die all the time. I got more life out of that HMDI one than I did them. I was always, indeed, I still got some that are brand new that when I quit using them, I still got them. They're in that mountain of stuff packed up, of cords and stuff. Them easy caps were dying all the time. Like I was lucky if I got a year out of an easy cap. So I got some years out of that HMDI thing. Right now I'm testing the new one, see if I need to return it. Because you got a small window. Then I'm gonna get it back out and let it play on out. I'm gonna miss it though, because I like them test patterns. See, I knew this morning when I turned that on, it was already working. Then, sure enough, the sound was too. I didn't even have to fight with that. That'll probably be something that had to happen all the time, regardless. Because whether I had problems with the picture or not, I always had a problem with the sound with Windows. It ain't the same on that. Like say, my old. I've got this old Mac. The old Mac, I never have any problems with it. Plug it up, plug and play. You can record video, you can't stream. There's no way of streaming. You can't get OBS on. But you can record video. Fine with the plug and play, and it works plug and play. Windows, not so much. Windows is always a fucking pain. There goes a cuss word. First cuss word of the day. There it is. I see it. Just gotta get turned back around. I hate this little street. This little street is so horrible to deliver pizzas to. I think it looks clearer though. From what I can tell, I think it looks clearer. That other one was more pricier than this one though. I think it was $60 for that other one. I got a few years out of it. They were real hard to find back then too. You remember back in the day when the streaming thing was you couldn't find stuff. Like you couldn't find the things to hook your two TVs up. Those were really hard and rare to find. You couldn't find the things to stream with, to hook in your. I'm talking about the things to hook up. I would literally look for them, and I'd look everywhere. Everywhere I could look, couldn't find none of them. So back then, I just had to take whatever I took. She's barely hanging on. Set me free, why don't you, babe? Get up and love, why don't you, babe? You just keep me hanging. She's hanging over. Hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. You know, these companies, though, they're going on about the AI training on their music and stuff. I'm going to say this, and it's not going to be, it's, it's probably not going to be well liked by some people, but I don't care. You know something? In a way, everything is that way. If you ever look at all the generations and you look at all the musicians around at that particular time that any big artist is around, all of the other artists copy the big ones. It's always been like that. And that's kind of all AI is. Or people's just training it. And kind of just been like people were doing in the past. It went on in the past. Look at the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Everybody was always doing what all the big ones. So if Johnny Cash was doing something, the rest of the country artists did it. If Elvis was doing something, the rest of them were trying to be like Elvis. I mean, it's always been that way. The Taylor Swifts of today, they're all trying to be like Taylor Swift. That's all the AI does. All it's doing is mimicking the artists. That's all it does. It's learning. It's doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. It's no different. The difference now, this is the difference. It's looking at everybody and everything, and it's learning. That is where the difference. We're on an individual level. The artists were always just individual levels, taking on the characteristics of the rest of them. But on a bigger scale, it was going on. Like you had somebody copying Johnny Cash. You had some of them copying Elvis. You had some of them copying this and that. That's all the AI is doing. It's just training itself and learning off the musicians and then making its own compositions from what it's learned. And that's all they all ever did. The difference is it's an entity instead of a person. That's the only difference level. I don't see how, unless they actually do have any proof that it steals the actual copyright, it should not be counted as infringement. Because in the past, just copying a style wasn't considered infringement. Like all the wannabe Elvises, they weren't guilty of any copyright infringement because they weren't guilty of it. And they had no contracts with Elvis or. See, that's another thing. People sign no compete clauses and stuff like that. They didn't have no contract with Elvis, so they could compete with him. That's all AI is doing. It's just learning from the. It ain't like it's actually stealing it. Like y'all saw, even when I would do something that was exactly like it, it changed it a bit. It changed it several times. I was playing with it several times. So I like that, though, by the way. Because I'm actually hearing my creation played in instruments that I can't play. So that's amazing to me. It may not amaze you, but it amazes me. Because I've had some of this stuff in my head for years. I'm going to get out my tapes now that I know you can do that. I'm going to find them. I got them stacked somewhere. I'm going to find them tapes, and when I do, I'm going to go back to some of my old ideas that were just instrumental mouthpieces only. They never had lyrics. So a lot of times I'd write lyrics for them. But there's a lot I didn't. You might be able to turn those in, and the more you type in there, the more keys you give it. Like you can style it different. Like you heard that, it was styled it rappy. The first times I wrote it in the wrong place. I wrote it where the lyrics are supposed to go. It changes on the phone and the computer. Like I think on the phone, it's in a different order. So my brain's I'm usually typing on the phone. I rarely do it on the computer unless I'm making music for the stream. Like sometimes I'll just be typing in junk songs just to make junk for my stream because I want music for my stream. So I'll just type in a few words. Usually when I don't do the typing words for my actual songs, by the way, though, most of the time. 99% of the time, I generate my own lyrics, write my own lyrics. And then, even then, I might play with it some. But I'm picky about my own songs. Because there's things I want to write about. Now, the thing about this, AI is just about mimicking my brain anyway. It knows what I'm going to write. You see, this doesn't learn me. I can usually type me in there. Other guy was talking about that. He trained it to learn him. And it learning. It's done me the same way. It knows what I'm going to write. It gives me lyrics that I would write. Like that rain song. When I was listening to that one I wanted about rain. It's raining all the time lately. Almost every weekend it's raining. Have you noticed that? Every weekend, this past summer, it's rain. You'll get through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are rained out. Sometimes you get lucky if you get a Saturday. You might get one Saturday. It's done that since the spring. Well, I wanted a song about rain. Well, I got to listen to those lyrics, and I thought, that sounds like something I'd write. It's done learnt my brain. And it's giving me music based on what I would like. Because my brain could actually sit and write that kind of stuff. That's the kind of songs I always wrote from the 90s. So that AI has picked my brain that knows what I would write. Where is the frick is this thing? I hate this area too. I literally hate. Look at that running cat. I like that running cat. I hate this area, man. I can't never find them. I'm coming on it. Let's see if I can park and get out. Walk around. Lord, I got another pizza in the area. Can't even find this one. Oh, there's no way of walking in that. Let me go around here. Ah, man. She's doing old squatting stuff. I hate the squatting. Drinking on the job. I thought I seen it there for a minute, but it wasn't it. It was a window. Where the freak is it?
Time was, a brother used to know who to trust around here. Not anymore. Whatever.
I say trust no one. And be very watchful of the ones that claim to be nice. They're not nice. 99% of the time, they're not nice. They're the ones you gotta watch, like my daddy used to say. The ones that's going around claiming to be nice, you'll never hear me saying nice. Christian, yeah, nice. You know how I define my Christianity? I'm talking to God every day. If I had no other, I would have no other evidence of that. But I am talking to him. Indeed, there's a lot of times I'm talking to him. I'm sitting in a room talking to him. People probably think I'm crazy. Because a lot of times I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to God. I talk to him like he's a person. That's my relationship with God. And I do change every now and then. But it's a hard process. And when I do see I change, I praise him. Because I know he's done his job. You know, that's what he says he'll do anyway. My relationship with God is talking with him. And I talk with him all the time. I talk with him. Indeed, I probably talk to him more than I do people. Probably the most talking you ever hear is when I'm on these streams. I usually sit and quiet. Unless I'm babbling about something. And a lot of times I'm babbling to him. That used to be me all the time, like in public. Like, say, I'd go places. I had several family members that would actually, literally, I'm quitting after this. We're going to deliver this one. I'm going to quit. I'm tired of this for today. This has been too much. I've run all over this damn freaking place and ain't found that pizza. And yet it's parked on. There it is. I finally seen it. Out of that bush. Praise you, Jesus. Thank you, God. We seen it. We seen it. Because people you do got to realize he didn't just save you just to save you and praise the Lord, hallelujah. He saved you to change you. But even more, he wanted you out there spreading his message. That's where I fell. And I probably ain't promoting him anywhere. I'm probably going to be, when he was talking to that least, I think he was talking to me. You remember when he said the least, I have a feeling I'm going to be that least. And if I am greater than I think I am, I'm going to be praising and kissing his feet. I'm telling you, I probably would jump for joy for thousands of years if I found out that I was great. Because I've always felt like I was nothing. When he talks to that least in the kingdom, I always see me as that leastest one. In other words, I think I'm leaster than the leastest of the least. That's always my vision of myself. That's why when I got in those music charts and I was actually getting in the charts, it it cured me of a depression that I had my whole life when I was young. Because I always felt like I was worthless. There's a there's a Smashing Pumpkins song, and I'm not going to play it because I'm going to try to wean out copyrighted music. But it was called Ugly. Where he felt like he was with nothing, he was ugly, or whoever's writing it, I don't know if it's him or some of his band members. I'd say it's probably Billy Corgan's. It's probably his. He felt like he was nothing. That song, never go listen to it. I hadn't heard it in a while. I don't remember 100%, but that would describe me. How I felt about myself. And then I started putting music out, and I saw I was on 3 or 4 of those sites I was getting in their charts. Number ones, 25s. I actually remembered the 25s and didn't even remember some of the ones. Now that tells you how worthless you are when you'll remember a 25 over a 1. I went and looked at my screens. I found a folder where I took some screenshots. And I told my sister and my mom, I said, I got some number ones there. I didn't even remember them. Yet I remembered the 25s. I got in the 1 several times. Number 1, didn't even remember. But yet I remember, I was so thrown away by the 25, I remembered the 25. Now, you know you're low when you won't remember a number 1 over a 25, because number 1 is number 1. 25 is 25. There's 24 people ahead of you. But when you're number 1 on the chart, you're number 1. That tells you how low I see myself. When I would remember the 25 over the 1. I couldn't believe it. I took screenshots. I used to keep it up on this. I used to have a page on the Hinder page. And I would keep me up. And I also kept screens of that. And they're in a folder on one of my hard drives. And I ran into it. There was several of those number 1s I didn't even remember. But I remembered when it got to 25. I didn't remember when it got to 1. I remembered when it got to 25. And 1 is the win. That's when you're number 1. That means you beat out everybody for that week. And from what I could tell, I hold number 1 for 3 weeks one time before I was replaced. I quit feeling that way about myself after that. But I still don't see my greatness. Like even when I'm thinking with God, I'm thinking I'm the lowest. Which is a good thing, by the way, and a bad thing. It's good and bad. Because one, he wants you humble. He don't want you arrogant and thinking you're high yourself. Indeed, Paul warned about it. Not to brag. That he might humble you. God might humble you. There's actually warnings in the letters about being prideful. Pride cometh before the fall. Pride comes before. Pride. I wish I could say the Bible inspired that, but it wasn't really the Bible that inspired it. It come from the Bible. Do you want to know what inspired that? Michael Savage used to quote it quite often. He would say, "Pride goeth before the fall." He would quote that on his radio show all the time. And during that year, I was trying to write songs from a different perspective, because most Most rock songs today all comes from the left. Have you noticed that? It's everything's left, left, left. I mean, in the old days, this is about rejecting authority, period. But all of a sudden, it's went slanted. It's one way. They don't reject just. They just do anything to reject right authority. It's anything to reject biblical authority. So I decided in 7 and 8 and 9, when I was writing the second album, I was going to write songs that rejected liberal authority, but kind of slanted towards being right. So, or being on the right, being Christian. Let's say more Christian centered without being Christian centered completely. It's kind of like worldly. Like pride goes before the fall. Or my girl, she's a liberal. She left me because I voted for a Republican. Now, I'm going to tell you, when that come in my brain, because it kind of played in my brain, I thought, would anybody really do that? That's foolish. And then I saw it a decade later with Trump. People were breaking up. Robert De Niro, him and his wife got divorced over Trump. That's silly, man, to give up your marriage. The woman or guy you married over a president or over a politician that come and go. Presidents are 4 to 8 years. And that's all you're ever going to see them again. Unless they become a senator or they stick around some way. A lot of times they just go on the merry old way, draw pictures like Bush or whatever. You never hear. I have been Trump. I think y'all are going to hear about Trump to the day he dies. I think Trump's going to be there. I think he won't be able to leave. He was already entering the politics before he got in it, and I think he's going to be there to the day he dies. I'm going to be honest. You will probably see Trump until they bury Trump. But now George Bush and all them went on their merry old ways. I was actually shocked Obama went. Of course, the problem is he's behind the scenes. You see, Obama, he's doing things behind the scenes. But it appears that he's retired. I don't think you're going to get rid of Trump. I think Trump will be I think he's going to be changing the Republican Party for years to come. If he gets to live to be an 80, 90-year-old man, 100-year-old man, he's going to be in the politics as long as he's there. I don't think he'll disappear. I think he'll be like Michael Savage. He's 80-something years old and he's still around. I think that's going to be Trump, too. I don't think he's just going to, there's ever going to be a day you're going to see Trump just go away. I don't think his ego would let him do that. I will tell you, I don't think Trump's ego would let him go away. I think that's it. I think I see a shadow of one. Shadow of love, shadow of love, shadow of love. Yeah, I see the shadow. We made all 5 of them. I didn't think I was going to make. I actually made them. I think Trump's going to reform this party for years to come. Let's go ahead and deposit our money. Put your money in the bank. Show you what you think. Put your money in the bank. I think Trump's going to be like the rock stars that won't go. I don't blame him. He shouldn't go away, man. He's still alive. They keep going on about him being tired and all this stuff. But he worked. A lot of times remember back in the old days, he was up way in the wee hours of the night. The doctors talked him into going to bed. They just want Trump to be elderly. They want Trump to be elderly. He showed them. He showed them on this war thing. He even had some of us. I was thinking he was. And then he said that they don't know what the fuck they're doing or whatever. I was trying to write lyrics from a different type of rebellion. a right-centered rebellion, where I was acknowledging God's rules, but just rejecting the left tyranny. You know, all the rock and roll today, it's all pro-machine, basically. Like, if they're going to pump, and I'm going to have to be careful what I say here, they're going to pump something. They're going to pump a sickness. And they're going to pump a cure for the sickness. All the rock and rollers are going to tell you to line up and take it. If you don't take it, you're going to be rounded up. Or you need to be rounded, or don't come to my show. Don't come to my show. Don't come around me if you don't think like me. Well, here'd be me as the right rock and roll. I'd say, well, as long as you want to be at my audience, you come. And I just know that this is the way I believe. And if you don't want to show up, then don't show up. That'd be me. They're welcome. They would be welcome to listen to my music. They'd be welcome to play my music. I wouldn't care who played it. I wouldn't care who listened to my music. Doesn't hurt me any. I'm not hurting by people listening to my music. If anything, it's helping me. It's making me more of a bigger audience for me. It's giving me a bigger audience. It's broadening my audience. I would basically be proud. I'd be like Rachel Bolan talking about the. He used to get in there and talk about the world represent UN of the rock and roll, where he could look and see an Iron Maiden shirt. He'd look and see a Guns N' Roses shirt. He'd look and see a Warrant shirt. He'd look and see a Skid Row shirt. He'd look and see a Metallica shirt, a Megadeth shirt. He loved that. He loved seeing the bands being represented at his shows. In other words, he wasn't looking at a sea of Skid Row. He was looking at a sea of other shows, other rockers. And he liked that. I'd be the same way about political beliefs, because all of it's bullshit. Both sides of it's bullshit. You got bullshit on both sides of it, and you got some good on both sides of it. Some sides have more better goods than others. But I mean, you got some goods and bads on both sides. And I've noticed that there's some Democrats that vote for some things that are good. Like that lady that just got taken care of. That they got rid of. She voted against their pandering to a certain demographic. And she was killed for it. She actually did her duty. By the way, she's supposed to vote against that. They're supposed to be representing the American people, not foreign entities. Yeah, I know it's not going to be popular to say here. I don't care. I got to say it. The Congress ain't supposed to be catering to them. They're not. Neither is the courts. The courts, Congress, nobody should be catering to them. If they're here not the right way, they need to be sent home. And they don't need to be rewarded for being here illegally. Because I'm going to tell you, that's the number one reason they're going to come anyway. That's why they're going to risk being deported and all this other stuff. They're going to risk it because there's something worth the risk. If you're getting all kinds of freebies and goodies, that's worth going to jail over. That'd be worth being actually rounded up and putting in an alligator alley. If you were actually getting something out of it, but if you ain't getting out of it, you're gonna go home and say, you're gonna tell the others, man, don't waste your time. They came and got me. They came and got me with their police, and they took me off, and they held me for a few days, and now I'm finally home. Don't go. Don't go. And that's what you want. That's the message you want to send. But now, if you're sending them messages like, they're poor people, give them something, let them start business, give them free loans, and let them start businesses that American citizens don't get. Now we're going to go get some casino time. We work, now we're going to have some fun. I want to have some fun. The message you want to send is a strong message. They held me for 9 days. How many days did they held that little girl here in Dalton? The one that got arrested without a license. You know, if she had been a regular person, they kept saying she'd be let off. No, I doubt that. You know what she'd be done? She'd be paying a fee for a few months. That's what would happen to her if she'd been an American citizen. She'd most likely be paying paying out her, because that's what they do in Georgia, y'all. They call it pre-trial, and then they make you pay out it. And then you're paying for so many months, so many dollars a month. Whatever the fine, whatever that fine would have been. That's what would have probably happened to her. She'd be set and paying a fine. But now she is illegally, and she gets arrested illegally, pulled over illegally, not arrested. Well, I guess they did arrest her. But pulled over, and then they put pressure on the officer, which did his job. He did his job, by the way. One, she wasn't. But what if she'd been an incapacitated driver driving without a license? You know, they've made it now. There's a law that says they can deport you based on getting arrested. With the in Georgia now, it will become legal July 1st, where they can deport you on just pulling you over and you've been illegal, which is a good thing. I'm sorry, people like it's not immigration. That's not immigration. There's going to be a lot of people that's not going to like what I'm saying. That's not immigration. I don't know where all these people have got their idea of immigration. You don't just walk across and you're an immigrant. They're illegal aliens. And the time to worry about due process was right before like even me. If I'm going to another country, I'm going to make the proper arrangements to go to that country. And I'm not going to another country. But if I go to another country, I'm going to make the arrangements. I'm going to be there legally, and if I get a paper that's telling me how long I've got to be there, I'm going to make sure I'm on my way out of there before that expires. If I get delayed, like if my vehicle breaks down, or I get delayed at the airport, or whatever, then I have an excuse why I'm still in their country. I have a legit excuse. I'm not going to overstay. Whoops, I overstayed my visa. Ha ha. Gonna go get a job and stay here. Ha ha. Go get me a place to live. Ha ha. Go get on the services. Ha ha. Because that's what a lot of them do. And then you got the ones who are fixing to have babies. And they come over here. They get in the hospital. And then the baby's born here, and then it's an anchor baby. Let me get us some chills. I forgot I needed to keep 1,000 of them. And then they use the anchor baby to stay here. That's not immigration. That's not immigration. Well, like I said, if I'm going to another country, I'm making preparations to be there. And I'm going to be out of there when it's up. Whatever date's on the visa to stay there, that's the date I go home. Like if I've got a 2-week vacation and I've registered for 2 weeks, I'm going home in 2 weeks. I'm not going to overstay my welcome at that country. Because one, it's disrespectful to the country. Two, it's disrespectful to the people that live in that country. And nobody has any respect anymore. You can tell by how they operate their lives. Now, I don't respect disrespect. And I will show disrespect with disrespect if I want to. Sometimes I've walked away and not done it. But 9 times out of 10, I don't choose that path. 9 times out of 10, I treat people how they treat me. And the other time, I'm praying. And then I'm praising Jesus when I don't do it, because he would really expect me tonight. He'd expect me tonight to be mean. If I don't be mean, I praise him. Because 9 times out of 10, I do what nature calls. I don't do what the Christian calls. And that's what I was talking to earlier in the speed when I was talking. I'm not going to stay long here. We're probably going to get off here in a minute. 8, 3, and 6. Should I keep them? Vote them. Keep them, vote them. I'm gonna go ahead and try it. If I lose, I lose.
Everything all right?
Uh-oh.
And the dealer wins this one. You want to go again?
Probably should have folded it.
Bets, please. And that closes out the bets. Let's begin. It's time for bets, please.
Fold or keep. Uh-oh.
Dealer wins.
I should have folded.
Have another go? Let's get those bets in.
Well, he's a snubby dealer. He's got a snub to his voice.
Good luck. Bets, please. And the dealer wins this one.
Lost again.
Shall we go again?
Today's not my day. That's okay.
Bets, please. And that closes out the bets. Let's begin. Hey Gary, are you up or down? Let's get those bets in.
If I lose this one, we'll try my hand at blackjack.
Dealer wins. Your luck will turn around.
I'm gonna try my hand at blackjack, y'all. I rarely do the roulette. I don't like the roulette too well. I've lost too many times there. I've had some win-losses of blackjack and even this, but I lose the wheel a lot of times.
Bets, please.
I like the term spin the wheel, but I don't like spinning the wheel.
There's a 13. A 6. Another? A 17. Would you like a card? There's a 16.
At least I got 20 chips back. I like the blackjack the best. The blackjack's my favorite.
All bets are closed. Let's begin. An 18. There's a 10. Card for you. A 13. An 18. All right, that's it.
Doing a little better at the blackjack.
There's a 13. A 4. Another? A 19. Would you like a card? There's an 8. A 10. An 18. Well done. Fortune favors you.
Should go bet on a horsey? I ain't done the horsies in a long time. Let's go bet on a horsey. Bet on a horsey. If I can find the horsey thing.
Nice to see you again.
Walking in circles. Let's see what's the wall says. Inside track. There it is. Walking in circles. Walking in circles. Let's bet on a horsey. Over table's open. I hate when I go down here. Some schmuck's got her desk. Some schmuck's got her desk. Should I go with this one or this one? Eight and 1, 22 and 1, 25 and 1, 4 and 1, 14 and 1, and 3 and 1. I'll go with the 14 and 1. It's a big enough bet. Let's go with 14 and 1. Come on, 14 and 1. 14 and 1, let's go. Come on, baby. Get up there. It's last almost. Get up there, baby. It's last. But it was worth 1,500, so it was worth it. It's going to lose. I'm going to walk away after this. Because I've lost that 100 that I gained back. So the casino got it back, y'all. But I'm not going to feel too bad. Because I was thinking it was worth the gamble. 100 tokens for 15 tokens. 1,500 tokens. Is worth it. It was worth the gamble. It was worth the gamble. Here we go. Now we're back out. Which way is the pay booth? There it is. Gonna trade in the 800. Don't take her home for today. Then I'm gonna change her clothes and get her ready for the next time I come home. Should went ahead and play baseball this Wednesday. Y'all notice I've gotten good at that baseball game. I did real good last night.
I saw your ad online and I wanted to see if you were free to meet up later on.
If you didn't see it, the video's up. But I did really good last night in the baseball game. Really good, like good. I was on fire. Now I was suck at on the field. But even my losses there didn't catch up with me. One of these days, those are going to catch up with me, though. But I suck on that field. But when I'm at the bat, I've got that square, what I call the square of God. And the reason I call it that is because that first day I was playing, about into the second inning or something like that, it came off in my brain. Hit the Powerball. Like it just come out of nowhere. And I even started yelling it out on the screen, Powerball, Powerball. Because then it came in the brain. Hit the Powerball. Well, every time I hit the Powerball, I miss a lot of them. But when I hit them well. And I did really well in that game. I suck at playing most video games, but I'm good at baseball games. Just go watch it. Go watch the home runs I was getting last night on that late stream. I did it on Facebook and Rumble. And I uploaded it to YouTube. I suck at most games. Indeed, I was telling one last week I was a professional game loser or whatever. I'm a winner to baseball. I win at basketball too, but I don't do basketball quite as good as I do the baseball. I like the football games as well. I need to get one out just to play it, just to see what I do. I'm gonna play football next. Because I know I'm good at the basketball. I know I'm good at the baseball. I don't know if I'm good at the football. That's yet to be decided.
Hey, Steve.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a little bit of the football so I can see whether I'm good at it or not. But I was really doing well last night. I mean, really well. Really, really well. If you go watch the game, you'll see what I'm talking about. Lost some frames today. Just 15 frames. I hadn't been even losing no frames, but today I lost some. Probably said something that teed somebody off. Either on the smiley people or the illegals. You can take your pick. Both of them are rotten crooks, if you want my opinion. Both of them are rotten people, if you want my opinion. Because you're not a good person if you're staying here legally. I'm sorry, you're not. That's not good. You can't call that good. I don't care if you ain't doing nothing. You ain't good. You're cutting. You're cutting ahead of an immigrant. You're cutting ahead of an immigrant who has been here legally. You're not a good person. Get mad. I don't care. You're not a good person. And they go on about law breaking. You've already broke the law. Like they're holding up mugshots. My parents don't have a mugshot. The only reason your parents don't have a mugshot is because you didn't get called, Holmes. They'd have an ICE mugshot if they got caught by ICE. They snuck in. They caught Trump because they wanted to catch him. And the way the law shut up, I'm going to tell y'all something. It's like it was in the communists. Show me the man. Show me the crime. You realize you can break laws without knowing you're breaking the law in this world today? Like if you jaywalk across the street, you've broken the law. You can if you pay something a certain way that you're not supposed to pay it, you've broken the law. If you didn't report something that you were supposed to report, you broke the law. Show me the man, show me the woman, show me the man, show me the woman, show me the crime. Any prosecutor can do that. Show me the man, show me the woman, show me the crime. That's how easy it is for you to have a mugshot. So just because you don't got a mugshot, don't mean you ain't a criminal. Because you've already broken the law somewhere. They've got it set up that way. Go Google the picture of Ron Paul by the laws. And think you can't break the law. They like bragging out like there's some kind of merit. The Trump's been arrested. He's arrested because they wanted to arrest him. If they don't want to arrest you, they won't arrest you. If they want to arrest you, they'll find a reason. Show me the man, show me the crime. They'll search and they'll find what you broke and they'll get you on. If they want to get you. So some little illegal alien or illegal alien supporter thought they was clever posting that up. Ha ha, I mock it. You're not clever. Your parents were already criminals the day they walked across the border illegally. They don't even have to do anything else. They already broke the law just by being here. Just by coming here the wrong way and staying here the wrong way, they've already broken the law. And the only reason you ain't caught is because they didn't want to catch you or they didn't know you was here. Trump's a name. They're going to know who he is. He's not going to get away. He's going to be arrested for a lot of things that you won't be arrested for. You want to know why? Because they know who he is. They know who he is. Show me the man. Show me the crime. If they don't know who you are, they're not. You can't show them. If they don't know who the man is, they can't see the man. But if they know who he is, show me the man. Show me the crime. They can get him. Clever illegal there. Clever. You're very intelligent. You're very wise. You showed yourself was very wise by holding that up. You're very wise. You're a very smart person. What happened to my camera? Blurry room. You're very. I was like the guide, the guide in the movie where he would disappear. I brushed my hair on today. It's got a big bump in it. I was quick. I was quick. I was trying to get on for my show. I was an hour in today. Sometimes I stay 2 hours. Sometimes I stay an hour. I actually made the hour today. I'm going to go and get off. I need to take me a shower. I took it last night the other time. And then I decided the night before, I decided, well, I don't feel good tonight. I'm just going to go. Got up late to eat, and I was going on the game at past 3 o'clock. I think I didn't. I think I got on a little past 3 because I had to get the setup and stuff. So that's going to be this Monday's show. If you like it, follow me. Follow me wherever you're watching it. Like I say, if you're watching it on Rumble, follow me on Rumble. I'll post it. Sometimes I forget to post it, but most of the time I do post it. I try to get it on YouTube too. But wherever you're watching, if you're watching on YouTube, follow me on YouTube. If you're watching me on Rumble, follow me on Rumble. If you're watching me on Twitch, follow me on Twitch. I invite you to. I've got some other platforms I don't even use anymore. I need to start using them. I need to start using them. I even had an audience on some of them.